Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm King Sway, and welcome back to King Sway. I was going to say King Sway Adventures. I really need to make a channel named that King Sway Entertainment. Today we have Creed 3 Ending Explained, Plot Breakdown, Spinoffs, Where's Rocky, and Review by Heavy Spoilers. I have not seen the Creed 3 movie, but I do feel connected to Adonis, as you can tell from my subscription button. I used to be a fighter. Things that happened in Rocky, I went through. Things that happened in Creed, I went through. So I do feel a lot of that stuff actually is real. I had a corner man that he had cancer. Thing between me and Adonis, my corner man didn't survive his cancer. So that was a very sad moment for me. And that was just Creed 1. In Creed 2, where Rocky's trying to talk him out of fighting Drago's son. I've had that happen. My dad tried to talk me out of a couple fights where I was fighting bigger guys. Usually I am the bigger guy. And the part where Adonis goes, looks at him, and like his heart's breaking because he says, "You don't think I can win?" I've lived that. So these, I know they're movies, but they are personal to me on a level because I've lived them. Like there might be a lot of entertainment for you guys. Don't get me wrong; they are entertainment, but that's like what's they say? Art imitating life. Yeah. So I know a synopsis of the backstory of what's going on in Creed 3. So far, I haven't had that happen to me, but we're gonna jump into this.
Alright, so Creed 3 is punching its way into theaters with Adonis returning for the main event, going toe to toe with a ghost from his past, the Kang Gang. Wait, that's actually, never mind. But yeah, these Creed flicks have really landed for me, and this third ramps things up even more. So in this video, we're going to be breaking this thing down for y'all,
Makiwara.
what the ending means for Creed, where the heck was Rocky, potential spin-offs, and of course our reaction and review for this haymaker flying Hadouken style movie. All sorts of heavy spoilers.
That body shot, that's actually how I end a lot of stuff. If I don't end it with a kick to your body, to your face, to something, I'm trying to end it with a right hook to your jaw or a right hook to your body, and I keep going. Just tie you up and keep going with the body shot. Because you don't, anybody that fights knows you can shake off a head blow. You don't recover body shots. And body shots, if I keep hitting you in the liver, yeah, you're going to go. So
in this heavyweight matchup. So a huge thank you for clicking this. I'm your featherweight host, Jared. Put up your dukes and let's get into Creed.
I'm assuming that means he's like 145.
Alright, so Creed 3 picks up years after the events of Creed 2, with Adonis now comfortably living the retired life career-wise and being more of a family man. He hasn't boxed in the ring for roughly 3 years, taking a page from Rocky 3 kind of, instead focusing on training the best up-and-coming boxers in his gym and setting up the biggest prize fights. However, as these things
And he gets
go,
a percentage.
a ghost from his past appears at his doorstep, stirring up old, forgotten memories. Damian Dame Anderson, played by Jonathan Majors, is that ghost. Back in the day, both lived in a boys' home together, with Damian being an up-and-comer in the amateur boxing leagues. But after a night of the two hanging out, Adonis assaults an old boys' home guardian that abused him. Damian then pulls a gun, with Adonis running away, resulting in Damian taking the heat and going to prison for 18 years. Now, all of this past coming back to haunt them / underdog revenge story leads the pair to face off against one another in a huge prize fight at Dodger Stadium. But not before Adonis gives Damian a second chance, training at his gym for free, becoming a sparring partner with Creed's prized Felix Chavez, the reigning heavyweight champ of the world. However, all of this was a part of Dame's plan, orchestrating an assault on Victor Drago, who was supposed to fight Chavez, taking his place in the event due to an urgent scheduling conflict, beating him mercilessly in the ring, and becoming the heavyweight champ basically overnight. Classic nepotism. Creed knows he must right his wrongs, so he retires from retirement, jumping back into the ring, publicly challenging Dame for the title. Now, the whole story, especially the ending, deals with past trauma, regrets, grudges, fractured relationships, living in the past, needing to overcome those barriers, and forgiveness. Creed is dealing with the haunting memory of that night long ago, Damien essentially using him and his mother, who hid letters Damien had written Creed all of those years ago. Very
That's
The
fucked up.
Notebookish. But one of the most emotional scenes is Creed's mother passing due to a stroke, but even she goes as far as to forgive Apollo and Adonis in her last moments, which drives Creed to do the same. As for Damien, he is
I always loved Felicia Rashad's character. One of the moments that stuck with me the hardest is what she says in Creed 1. When she's looking at Adonis and she's talking about Adonis' father, Apollo, says, you know how many times I had to wipe his ass because he couldn't choose his hands? At the time, my second wife was staring daggers into me, and I'm just like this. Because as I said before, like, this stuff mirrors my own personal life. There's times where I couldn't use my hands. My hands were so swollen, so hurt, so bruised, so messed up that I couldn't even move my fingers. She's never had to wipe my ass. But like I said, I couldn't play with my kids. I couldn't do my fatherly duties, and there was times where I couldn't go to work because my hands were so banged up. I was gonna say bang the fuck up, but yeah. So that part always rang. That is actually my favorite part of the Creed movies. So
dealing with the fact that his life and dream was robbed from him, and even though he doesn't know Creed never received his letters, he holds that against him in their final bout with one another. The final climactic 12-round boxing match is different from your stereotypical boxing matches.
What the fuck is this?
Because Jordan uses some of his anime influences here to showcase how, yes, this is a fight amongst two behemoths, but also each is fighting their own internal problems and struggles. A moment where prison bars are on the side of the ring is the struggle Damien endured while visualizing it for Creed. The same goes for Creed. When punching Damien, he visualizes him as a pillow, which was something tied to the boys' home where he was abused as a child. So it's really interesting the way Jordan was able to frame this final fight as several different things, allowing it to become personal for each character. Creed essentially gets a second, third, ninth wind thinking of his mother, knocking out Damien with less than a minute left in the 12th round. Creed goes on to become the reigning heavyweight champ once again, in the peak of boxing, so not too surprising for this underdog type story.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
The ending honestly feels like the deleted scene from Creed 2, where Creed talks with Victor in the locker room.
It may not seem like it now, but you gotta know you're more than just one fight. We both are.
Of course, this time it is Creed and Damien.
I didn't know anything about that scene, and I wish they would have kept it in.
One another for everything that they had gone through. It's a much earned final scene for the pair, calm and emotional, and sets up Damien as someone who could make a return in the franchise as kind of a frenemy. Now, does Creed 3 feature any sort of post-credit scene tease towards what's next for the champ? Like, does Street Fighter's Blanca jump out, electrify Creed, and break apart his car? No, not exactly. But at the Hollywood premiere of Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan did hint at potentially more Creed movies or even spin-offs, saying building the Creed universe is something that I'm really excited about. So it's no surprise B. Jordan wants Creed to be what Rocky was. So I could see Creed,
in my personal opinion, it is
in the limelight, his stock higher than ever, but with a bigger target on his back. Even going international with the scope of things and the anime influences of the villains and fight choreography. Maybe not as far as the street fights of Rocky V and Tommy Gunn, but you see where I'm coming from. And with the mention of a bigger Creed universe, this all ties in with reports of a Drago movie in the works. Reported exclusively by The Wrap, screenwriter Robert Lawton had been tapped to write Drago, focusing on the Drago family, both Ivan and Victor. Unfortunately, no further details have been revealed, so I could see this picking up on the character current day in terms of the Creed franchise, but peppering in flashbacks to show some of his origins and struggles without fully diving into another stereotypical Hollywood origin story. I'm curious if you'd want to see this Rocky and Creed franchise blow out and get weird with all of these different boxers. If so, drop your best anime/video game-esque character for Creed to face off against in the comments. Mine would be Ethelbert P. Shackleton III, fighting only in the Old English boxing style.
Brilliant! Brilliant!
Now, one of the biggest absences from the film was good old Rocky. Hey, Rocky, where you at? Stallone is nowhere to be seen. His name is mentioned in passing a couple of times, while some scenes definitely feel like they needed his presence. However, the story never fully gives the audience an explanation of where he's at.
That way
his
they can't
status,
say he's dead.
Really anything. Well, it's a bit of a messy behind-the-scenes reason why the creator of this character and franchise isn't here. Now, quick story time, but back when Stallone was trying to get Rocky off of the ground, he ended up selling the ownership rights to the producer, Irwin Winkler, because at the time, Stallone only had $100 to his name and basically needed this to survive. Now, fast forward almost 5 decades, Stallone still has zero ownership of the character or franchise, and was a bit caught off guard when he heard news of the Drago spin-off, calling Winkler a parasite who is picking clean the bones of another wonderful character I created. In a recent interview with SiriusXM, Stallone shared that he's had a rough emotional ride
That's why
in choosing
he
to cut ties with the franchise that he created.
Do you feel like can never watch Creed 3 kind of thing?
Never.
But that he refuses to support any new Creed movies as long as producer Irwin Winkler
That's
is still
why.
involved.
Okay.
You can't make peace with someone who's been so nefarious, in my opinion, so like horrible. Now, if Michael B. Jordan, we come up with a story, I'll do Creed 4 with him as long as the other fellow's not involved.
Right.
So who knows, maybe if and or when Creed 4 comes around, Rocky will make his long-awaited return up those Philadelphia Museum of Art stairs with everyone cheering. But yeah, I had a solid time with Creed 3. Sure, is it predictable with the story beats jumping to exactly what and where you thought they were going? Yeah, kinda, but I don't think that this
Things like
is
that
a
happen.
deep, introspective look on the character. Though it does crack into some great symbolism and subtext of past trauma, regrets, grudges, fractured relationships, and living in the past in the final fight between Creed and Dom.
See,
With the final fight being something totally
his name is
new,
Damien.
fantastical.
I'm actually
leaning
tell
into
you
the anime influences Jordan
my
wanted
first name.
to
It's
showcase
Damon.
here, and honestly, that worked for me.
So
It
that's
feels like it
some
has
a
its
connection to
own
the
style
third
and
fucking movie. I
identity,
told you
thanks to
I had
Michael
connection to the
Jordan's
first two. This is my
directorial
connection to the
Damien
third.
vision,
Close
but
enough.
is a bit more than just another boxing movie. It has a sprinkle of a revenge thriller, mirroring elements of 2015's The Gift, with Jonathan Majors absolutely nailing the dramatic scenes and being a complete monster in the physical scenes. My scorecard at the end of 12 rounds would be a 7 out of 10 for Creed 3. It's got the stuff Rocky and Creed fans are looking for, and there's enough evolution in the fight choreography to make it feel fresh. Like some really cool, slowed down, analyzing and targeting body parts that feels video game-esque. But I thought that there were some
You
really
target body
obvious
parts like
pacing
that.
issues
See, that's the
between
thing.
Acts 2 and 3,
Somebody-
hoping for more
Somebody that's never been in a fist fight before doesn't know how to target certain. They just know punch and go for the face, and even then they don't know how to punch. And yeah, I'm telling you, there's a way to punch because I've seen people go like this, and people go like this, and they go like this. No, what you want to do because all that force on your fist is gonna come straight on your wrist. That's why you keep it straight. That's why you keep it 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's so ingrained in me. You just I know, Dad, keep my left up. You know, that's a story. But after I get done with this, you keep it straight. 1, and 1. That's why I'll bring it back. 2, because you don't leave yourself open. You don't go 1, 2, because if you do it like that, when you come back, you're leaving your whole right side open, and you will get crashed. I'm telling you what I know from fucking experience. That's why it's 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, and you bring it back. That way you can block. Because I got a scar. Actually, I got 2 scars. A scar under my left eye, won that fight, but that was the fight that my wife said I had to retire because I got my eyes split open. My brother, it was my corner man, and I didn't know it was as bad as it was. He was like, "Yo, your eye split." He's putting the Vaseline over it, trying to put the cold press on it and everything, and he. Like I said, I got in there. Me and this dude was banging. I always loved bangers. I always loved fighting. The only guy that ever beat me twice was a guy named Early Abrigo. And that's because he's an in-and-out fighter. He won on points. He's like Mayweather, and I hate those kind of fighters. I like to get in there and just bang, bang, bang. So, this was the one she said I had to quit on. She, usually what happens is when I'm done fighting, I either tell her, "Hey, baby, I'm coming home," or "Hey, me and the guy I just fought with, we're going out for a couple beers. I'll let you know on my way home." I didn't do either of those. Went straight to the hospital. Had to wait to get my eyes stitched up, and I never called her. And when I got home, she was waiting on me. Clicked the light on, was looking at me on from the couch like this. Got there, moved my head all around and everything. She was like, "Don't bleed on my pillow. You make sure you stay on your side, and we talking in the morning." So. That's one funny thing. Another one is when I lost is my left eye. Again, this is why you keep your left up. My eyelid got torn. And yeah, you heard what I said. My eyelid got torn, and my eye kept bleeding. So I had to keep the blood out my eye, and then I had to switch stances to go southpaw. But rounding back to what I said, most people don't understand fight mechanics. Like they've never been in a fight. They see action scenes and they was like, "Wow, this is really cool," or "I can do it." You don't understand how much time and preparation it takes just to do even simple looking techniques. So yeah.
Bombastic boxing, and honestly, Rocky was definitely missed in the emotional scenes after Creed's mother passed away. Rocky didn't need a huge role, but he was missed. Also, in like Creed 6 or whatever, his daughter is going to carry on the mantle. It's right there. So like in 12 years, let me know I'm right. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Creed 3. Was this another solid addition into the Rocky and Creed world? And what did you think of B. Jordan's directorial debut? And I'll let you know, we're currently running a competition giving away 3 copies of the Rocky 4K box set on the 15th of March. It's only right for this movie, and all you got to do to get a chance of winning this is like this video, subscribe with notifications on,
outside
and
of the
drop
new
a
one,
comment
Creed
down
3.
below with your thoughts of Creed 3. We pick the comments at random at the end of every single month, and the winners of last month are on screen right now. So if that's you, message us on Twitter at Heavy Spoilers. If you want something else to watch, be sure to check out some of our other cool videos right over there. Look at them. There's so many videos. Click one of them. But with all of that out of the way, thank you for your constant support. I've been Jared. I'll see you in the next one.
This is the end of the video, so we're going to cut it right there. You heard my take on it. You heard what I had to say. You heard my personal experiences and what that means to me, like how my experiences tie into that one movie and the franchise as a whole. Hopefully you enjoyed it, not just what I had to say and the things that I've gone through, but also you've enjoyed my commentary and just what his video in and of itself. I love fight movies, but I love fight movies because I've lived that life. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe button, hit the notification button, and the bell. That lets you know when I'm uploading. I try to upload dump. I should say I make 45, anywhere between 3 and 5 videos a week, and I dump that all at one point in time, like bam, 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 bam. So you guys are overloaded. Yeah, okay. I forgot my own outro. Down in the description below will be links to my merch shop, and you also have links to the books that I have for sale on Amazon. I also have a link to my Patreon, which is NSFW. It shows naked ladies. The women that I work with at my night job, they're helping me out. They model and pose for a couple pictures and a couple videos, and if you want to see who I'm working with and what they're working with, hit me up. It's down in Patreon. Also, hit me up on social media. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. I try to do skits as much as possible. It's been a little while. I do like to entertain people. For my Instagram, I do things for my skits. I do things for my fitness program. I'm trying to get back in the gym. I can't say trying to. I'm back in the gym. I may or may not be getting back into the fight world. I'm filming. We have filming projects. Two, actually. If I remember when editing this, I will put both the pictures up there. One is Red with Envy. It's a reshoot. We did it once before, but the film got corrupted, so we're doing a reshoot. Another is Cage In, and it's flat out. It says based on a true story because, well, it's based on me, and we'll be working on those two films. I'll put the poster images for those up there in the video if I remember. Also, hit up my other channels. I've got like 5. Yeah, like I said, I keep busy. For those of you who like video games and things to that degree, Cinematech Gamer Clips, and that's where I keep Cinematech gamer clips and movies, cinematics and cutscenes. I try to just show the good stuff and see what you guys are getting to. Kingsway Beats. I make AMVs to music, obviously AMVs, but I try to find the animes that you guys are really into. I gotta make more soon. If you are into RPG horror stories, you will like RPG Story Round. Funny skits, you probably gonna like Kingsway 82. For Red Pill content, I do MGTOW Conversations. I try to be as unbiased in my opinions as I can with those, but just as people come here with disrespectful comments, people still do come there with disrespectful comments, and I'm all for a good debate, but try to keep it as respectful as possible, please and thank you. Yeah, that's it. In the meantime, in between time, I'm always with these peace signs. It's your main man, King Sway. I'm gonna catch you in the next